All right. So the next project that we're going to do is the same text tricks, but we're going to do project or text tricks number 2, which will be using the wolves picture. All right. So we're going to be talking about the same quick or clipping mask, but a different way how to clip mask. So same thing, we're going to create new. And I forgot to mention before, I guess the last one, we should have named that one text tricks number 1. This one will be text tricks number 2, and then the third one will be text tricks number 3. So first of all, you want to name this text tricks number 2 at the top here. Text tricks number 2. I forgot to tell you guys that in the last one. We're going to keep this one 11 in the width, 8.5 in the height, and we're going to leave it in inches. All right. So it should be the same as before. All right. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Place, and we are going to place the picture of the wolves in our document. All right. So this picture does show up a little bit smaller, but when we bring it up a little bit, the resolution should get better. So we're going to hold down the Shift key and we're going to drag the top right hand corner all the way to the side here up until we get to the side. And then the bottom, while still holding the Shift key, we're going to click and drag the bottom left hand corner over to the side here. And then once you guys got it like that, we're going to hit enter. All right, and as you can see, the resolution is now better than before. All right, so the next thing we're going to do now is go to our text tool, click on that and click in the center, and we're going to type the word wolves, W-O-L-V-E-S. All right, we're going to double tap to highlight this. We're going to leave the font as impact because when you do any type of clip masking, you want to make sure that the font is thick enough to where you can see the words inside the letters. All right, so we're going to leave it as impact, but we're going to change it now to 250 instead of 150. All right, we're going to change it to 250 instead of 150. So then it drags and expands across the whole screen, and we're going to pull it down up until, because we want to see these wolves right here inside the letter L. All right, so we're going to drag it down here. And again, you want to make sure that the font is white. All right, make sure that the font is white. All right, so now you want to make sure that your picture looks just like this right here. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're not going to move this image above our text. That's only if we were going to create the clip mask that way. But what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that our layer, the text layer is selected. And we're going to change the opacity to, let's say, 45. Let's go to 45. All right, so you're going to type the word 40 or type the letters for the numbers 45, excuse me. Type the numbers 45 here. So now you can see in between, or you can see through these letters now. All right, through the background. All right, the opacity is how clear things are. So when you change the opacity, the lower it is, the more clear you can see through it. The closer it is to 100%, that's how solid it is. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to we're going to hold down the control key and we're going to select the text thumbnail right here. All right, we're going to select this text thumbnail right here. Remember that thumbnails are little images that you can see for your layers. So we're going to hold down the control key and select the text thumbnail, which is going to give us the marching ants around our letters now. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to select inverse to invert our selections. So then you'll see the words are now highlighted as well as the background. And instead of us doing the create clip masking that way, we're going to go down to the bottom of our layers tab here and select this half circle, or the circle that has half black and half white in it. We're going to click that and we're going to select solid color. All right, when you select solid color, it's going to come up with a color palette like this, which you can then change whatever color you want to. I'm going to go to like a dark kind of blood red here. And I'm going to select OK. All right. So the reason why we did this now is because, well, the reason why we made the opacity of our letters clear so then you could see through here. So now that creates its own sense of clip masking because you can then see the words. As you can see, it kind of looks like with the pumpkins. It looks like, what we did with the clip masking with the pumpkins and everything. That allows the picture to be embedded within these letters. But we didn't do it that way. This is a different way that you guys can do it. Again, you could select whatever color you guys want for the background. All right. So this is how your end project should look. Again, your word wolves with the picture of the wolves in between it, and the color of your background, whatever color you guys choose or decide to do. All right. And then you're going to go back, make sure that it's named Text Tricks number 2, and then submit this to your Dropbox.